Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us. Well, we've got a lot of high pressure around the country at the moment, but in saying that, daily downpours are on the way, especially for the North Island, where they might turn thundery over Wednesday and Thursday. And at the same time, in the lower half of the South Island, we've got a cold front arriving late Wednesday and through Thursday and Friday, and that's going to bring some patchy rain and perhaps a slightly cooler southerly going in towards the weekend. But here's the animated wind map for Tuesday. Big high out to the west, another big one out to the east. The eastern one is producing a very light northeasterly or easterly wind down the east coast. That's a lot of easts. And the western side, well, you can guess what's happening there. Lots of westerlies on the western side. It's not very strong, but it's enough to make a little bit of convergence, and that basically means that those sea breezes will push inland, and that actually means it's going to be quite warm inland over Tuesday afternoon. In fact, these areas here with the darker shading through the central part of the South Island over 8 degrees above normal, while the red 4 to 8 degrees above normal for this time of the year. It's worth pointing out though that some of our larger cities aren't really amongst that. Places like Christchurch, Tauranga, Napier, Hastings and Gisborne, they're all sort of outside that. So you've got average weather, and then you've got average temperatures, I should say. And then you've got other main centres like Dunedin, Wellington and Auckland that are on the edges of it. There'll be some areas that are fairly normal for this time of the year. A little bit inland might be a bit warmer. It's places like Hamilton and Palmerston North and Invercargill. Those areas are looking warmer than normal for this time of year. But look at tonight. That was the afternoon departure from normal map. Here's the minimum temperature departure from normal. In other words, is tonight's lows going to be normal or warmer or cooler than this time of the year? And you can see without the shading here, it means most places are around normal, maybe a couple of isolated pockets that are slightly warmer. But look at that, in the north, around northern parts of Auckland and around Northland, the cooler nights remain, and we've had this pattern for a little while. This probably doesn't come as much of a surprise to you. The warm afternoons, and then the average to maybe even slightly cooler than average nights. So that's on the way tonight. Let's get into Wednesday's weather, and fairly dry and average around the South Island. It'll be warmer than average again though. And in the North Island, you've got these afternoon downpours which will turn thundery around the central North Island. On Thursday, those downpours remain. There might have been another one up around Northland. The South Island, though, you've got the windy westerlies returning. That will push temperatures up even further for the eastern areas, and very later in the day you get a little bit of rain coming through. That moves further up the South Island on Friday. It's not overly cold, but it'll be a bit cloudy with showers or patchy rain there. In the north, just a couple of isolated showers, nothing too much in the way of drama. Let's get into the weekend. Saturday sees this low just off the western side of the South Island. It produces rain back around the west coast, Southland, and maybe patchy rain coming into Otago. The areas that are actually slightly wetter than average are getting even more rain. Further north, we might be seeing some heavy downpours up around Hawke's Bay and Gisborne as well. And we end on Sunday where that front, very weak with a very weak low moving into the North Island. I don't think you'll get very much in the north. If you need rain, it won't be a lot. If you don't want rain, might just be a couple of nuisance showers coming through later on, perhaps a bit heavier around Wellington later into the afternoon. And you can see what's coming for next week at this stage, a lot of high pressure. That is all from me. We'll update you again on Wednesday with the latest.